Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And I gotta tell you, life sure is funny, and it has a way of showing it. But first, if you haven't, and you're tuning into this broadcast, yes, this YouTube channel is called Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I am one of the habitual line steppers, along with Roger Stevens and Donnie M. Bison. They both have YouTube channels themselves, so if you are subscribed to all of those channels, you have the privilege of staying in the loop. I may something, I may say something on one of their channels that might be a bit impactful. They might say something on this channel that might be a bit impactful for their subscribers as well. So it does help when you subscribe to all of us, and I will provide the links in the description below once I'm done with this broadcast, of course. But for those of you watching, if you haven't, go down below the screen and hit that subscribe button. Now, just want to share a little something with you, really fast. This issue has been coming up in the media, and it's been met with backlash and controversy. Rapper T.I. He made some comments on the Breakfast Club that some people took wrong, and some people just took the opposite position, just like I did. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with what T.I. is doing. If any one of us had think about it though, think about how many times you heard your parents tell you, no matter how old you get, you still my baby. And I think that's the place where T.I. is coming from. I don't care what year it is. You're still going to be quite protective of your children, and especially of daughters, because as a black father with a very young daughter, I feel this brother on this. But T.I. on the Breakfast Club the other day basically said that he goes into his daughter's yearly checkups with her to see if she's still a virgin, see if her hymen is still intact. Okay, let's just go ahead and say this. She's 18 years old, so there's really not much more that he can do. But, sounds like to me that she's still living under his roof and in his, with his rules. So we all know that anybody that's ever been part of any kind of family knows that, if you're under your parents' roof, you have to go by their rules. And he said that this is him and his daughter's understanding. And he's also stated that she has given permission for him to look at very sensitive medical information regarding her. So, yeah, that's the thing. If they both agree to it, then there's not really much any of us can say as far as what they do. As far as their family goes. I will agree with Charlemagne the God when he said this. He said that you shouldn't be telling everyone your business. You shouldn't be telling everybody, what you do with your family members. And, a lot of people did feel like that T.I. is out of line. So I'm going to want you to listen to the comments of one Angela Yee. Just sit tight for a moment. Let me cue these comments up. And I got really a lot to say. And, I'm going to take a stance once you get through listening to that stuff. So here she is. Let's just sit tight just for one moment. This is why in a broadcast you should have everything queued up and ready, which I thought I did. But you forget a couple things here and there. Just hope everybody's having a good weekend. Let's see. All right, this is a clip from the Breakfast Club. And the voice you're about to hear is Angela Yee. And just listen closely. Hopefully I got it queued up in the right place. But if you hear a little flim-flam, that's just me trying to get the sound in place.
And he does not get the same level of scrutiny.
Well, let's play the audio. We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh.
We'll sit down and then the doctor will come and talk. And, the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, sir, in order for me to share information, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this. Then they come and say, okay, I just want you to know there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken. bike riding, other forms of athletic physical activity.
Is she an athlete?
No. I said, look, dog.
She's not.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please.
So what are your thoughts? 800-585-1051. Let's start with you, Yee.
Well, of course, everybody should know this, but having your hymen broken, not broken, that has nothing to do with your virginity. You can have your hymen intact and have had sex, and you can have your hymen broken and still be a virgin. And I think women should be able to control their own bodies. If she decides that she wants to have sex, then she should be able to do that without somebody interfering with her and telling her what she can and can't be doing. The other issue I had was he said he doesn't do this with his sons. Right, so it's okay for his sons to do that and not micromanage their sex lives.
Go to the gynecologist.
Right, but he doesn't also pressure them about not having sex. And he said that when he was asked about it in the interview, what he said, I will definitely feel different about a boy than I will about a girl. And he does not give the same level of scrutiny to his sons when it comes to their sexual activity. So to me, that's treating people like, of course, there's a double standard there, but you should be able to educate and have conversations with your children. And she's 18 years old. Even from when she was 16.
At the time she was going on, he was
right. When she was 16, you should be able to have those conversations where you talk to your daughter about sex and sexual decisions that you want to make and what you decide to do with your body. Nobody else should be in control of what you do with your body.
All right. What do you think, Charlamagne?
I mean, I think it's a few things, man. I said number one, what T.I. shouldn't have done is share his family business with these digital D-heads, because now you're open.
Okay. All right. That was the comment that Charlamagne the God said that I totally agree with. Like I said, black man, at one point, you're going to have to get to the point where you're going to have to say, you know what, fuck these people. This is my family. You have a bunch of people, a bunch of positive people and a bunch of idiots that always have something to say about when a black man said something or makes a comment, but wants to turn around and say that black men should be leading their community. Now, if this isn't leading a community, here's what you're going to call it. You're going to call it patriarchy. You're going to call it possessive. You're going to call it all kinds of things. But it's like this. It's number one. It's like this. I'm speaking to a lot of you, really. Let me get that banner off of that thing. I'm speaking to y'all as a father. Period. And this is how I come to these broadcasts. I come to these broadcasts as a dad. Hell no. If my daughter is 5 right now. When she turns 18, if she's in a situation to where, she's in her own place, paying her own bills, I ain't gonna want to hear about what she's doing behind her own closed doors, because she's taking care of herself. I don't have to speculate. I don't have to sit there and think about it. But as long as it's not happening in my house, if it happens in my house, I got to sit there and think about it. And basically, I'm gonna do more than sit there and think about it. And we don't need to get to all that. Seriously, this is what I'm saying to like a lot of you. It's like, if you are a parent and something happens to your child while your child is in your care, then I'm sorry, it's pretty much your fault. I'm sorry, T.I. just being a parent here. And you ain't gonna want to hear that shit when somebody comes and says something like that about your child. Unless you're just one of these liberal, stupid parents. And I'm not saying just because you're liberal, you're stupid, or just because you're stupid, you're liberal. I'm just saying those are two very specific descriptors, liberal, stupid. I remember a conversation I had with a young lady. It was in the Facebook group. Of course, I bring the Facebook group here a lot. And this girl posted this other girl saying something like, my 12-year-old daughter approached me about she wants to start having sex. And it's like, it's just this whole Euro feminist mindset just comes in with the comments that other young women are making. And I commented. I said, as a man with a daughter, no. You have to be out of my house. You got to be in your own shit. You got to be paying your own bills, and I have to not be responsible for you. I mean, if you want that liberation, you got to pay for it, period. Until then, no, you're not going to have sex in my house. I had a young lady on that post tell me that some people shouldn't be parents, referring to me, because I'm trying to be controlling and possessive, and kids are going to do what they want to do anyway. And you know what I said? Not the fuck if I can help it. It's regarding my child. Now with your child, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can even even like I think she was even a pregnant teenager herself. I mean, if you're 30 years old and your child is like 17, then I'm sorry, do the math. I didn't quite mean to say 17 because that implied something else darker and more deviant went on. But in my high school, it was one as early as 12. And I mean, I'm talking about this is 1990. No, well, 1991. I was in high school. This person was in a lower grade, and it was just shocking and appalling. It's like, how in the hell something like that could happen? But I'm afraid, like, you're in a country full of like with millions and millions of people, you have very unique situations happen, and unfortunately, a lot of that does happen. And I think this is the level that T.I. is thinking on. Also, you have to understand that T.I. is an entertainer and has been an entertainer for a long time. And with that, especially for a young black man doing his thing, comes a lot of women, all shapes, all sizes. And yes, I'm going to have to say this. In some of those times, I would even not say now, but probably in his younger days, a lot of those women were 18. That's the age of his daughter. We're not stupid as parents. We're not. We're not stupid. Stop pretending like we weren't wised up when we were young. Now, so if you're like around 40 years old, if you remember 14, 15, and 16, and you trying to come and tell me that it was all roses and innocence and all you did was watch cartoons and you did your schoolwork and all this other stuff, I would say maybe you, but the majority no. I mean, it depends on your environment for real. But T.I. knows what kind of person he was. And he's on game. And he's like, no, no, no. Now, if he's a helicopter dad, like he's always honoring everything, she probably gonna freak out when she get in the real world. But I'm not thinking on that level with that young lady. I'm thinking on that level of her as a black man's daughter. All this scrutiny against black dads that everyone gives to everybody, that all this scrutiny, and this man is being publicly castigated for even saying this. And by that, let me show you a few things. Okay, really, honestly, it ain't none of these bitches' business. And Angela Yee, Angela Yee went full feminist in her damn comments. Full feminist. Don't be telling women what to do with their bodies, and we have the discernment and the see. No, you don't. No, you don't, because you can hear it every time one of these little socialites get on Facebook or YouTube. You can hear it. No, you don't have that discernment. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that some young ladies don't, but some young ladies just don't. And we know as children, we present our ways to our parent, and we present a different person to everyone else. We've all done it. So this headline right here reads, as if it's any of these dumb bitches' business. And I'm sorry, being disrespectful to women. I don't mean all women when I say dumb. But, I mean, really? Chrissy Teigen, that's John Legend's wife. Padma, whatever her name is. And more stars call out T.I. for controversial comments about daughter's virginity. Okay, I'm just saying, if you've been a parent for more than 5 minutes, like, what the fuck? What are they even talking about? Let's see. And then it comes with a bunch of tweets. The tweets. And okay, Padma Lakshmi. The double standard of the patriarchy, okay, yep, dog whistle term patriarchy, is truly insane. Young women are fully capable of making their own informed decisions about their bodies and their sexuality. And you know what? I'm glad she said it like that. Not the first sentence, because that's, oh God. The second one. Let me read it again. Young women are fully capable of making their own informed decisions about their bodies and their sexuality. But the sentiment you hear all over social media, they pretend as if they don't. And that's why we're here. Because y'all complaining about this dude. Let me see. What is this? Well, let me see. Let me play the media. See what it will say.
We had a conversation. We have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Yep. Oh yeah, they gave only a snippet. But see, T.I. explained in that interview, as the comment said, that he knows that there's other ways that a woman can bust her hymen. But according to his daughter's physical profile that he gave on the Breakfast Club, she's not athletic. So let's read some of these tweets right here. Angelique King, is she 18? Oh, she's following Padma Lamsky. Is she 18? She's underage. He has that right. Padma Lamsky, she is, and also no. I mean, y'all don't want to be called 18 and 19-year-old kids these days just to paint a bad picture of a brother. And sometimes that brother deserves it. Sometimes y'all just acting silly. But, 18 is, like I said, 18 is a legal age. But, I mean, STDs don't discriminate. So let's move on. Oh, here goes Chrissy Teigen. Yeah, someone else that should mind their own business. I mean, like, just one of these, just like Steph Curry wife. They just run her damn mouth whenever she wants. I mean, damn, just use the power of your own fame. Chrissy Teigen, or Christine Teigen at Chrissy Teigen. Definitely did not think we would be talking about hymens today, or T.I. I was like, well, I mean, hymen is not really a subject of discussion that that I have on a regular basis, but it's a subject of discussion for this particular broadcast right here. All right. Ellen Barkin, at Ellen Barkin. I have bad news for T.I. After 6 months of vaginal sex, my hymen broke. Okay, well, I guess that's because you were dealing with a bunch of little dicks. I'm sorry I've said that. I mean, seriously, you went 6 months of sex and didn't have your hymen broke? And who needs to know that fucking shit anyway? I mean, you're Ellen Barkin. You're a special case. You're a person. You're an individual human being. Like, the fuck? Shit. It's like, a lot of people didn't have shit happen at certain ages. I mean, but it's like, are you implying that she could be already having sex? Like, let's go back. Let's go back to what her name said. Old Padma. Young women are fully capable of making their own informed decisions about their bodies and their sexuality. So I'm sure T.I. at some point, are you having sex? Because they say that hymen don't break. Yeah. Well, sorry, that was the... That was 6 months of vet. Like, come on. Like, let that man look out for his daughter. Madeline Brewer. This makes me feel physically ill. It's abhorrent. This isn't behavior to laugh at or joke about. The level of toxicity and malice and controls he exerting on his own daughter's life and bodily autonomy and privacy. I'm sick. Okay, if something happens, we need to be able to explain it. Why not have that kind of relationship with your child? But of course, the role of the black father is diminished every day in this society. This is just a bunch of, and notice it ain't nothing but women, just a bunch of people that just need to mind their own fucking business. Let that man look out for his daughter. I am. What you saying, black fathers shouldn't look out for their children? I mean, you're trying to establish this whole thing that we don't, but we do. Anyway, I'm siding with T.I. on this one. While it may be possessive and he don't want to get too possessive, T.I. has been in that game long enough to know how men are. And if he wants to protect his daughter, let him. Isn't that what y'all want? Y'all want us to protect y'all? I mean, I'm definitely protecting mine. If they're, if that is if they want to be under that veil of protection, but definitely my kid. I don't want anything stupid happening to her, and he doesn't want anything stupid happening to his daughter either. Now, if you want to consider the fact that he's treated so many young women who chose to be groupies, like they were sex toys and everything. If you want to consider that, and you want to call the man a hypocrite, I'm sorry, you still can't do that. You still can't do that. We're talking about parenting here. Parenting is a whole different beast. And if you are a perfect person out there that has never done anything bad in your life, then maybe you can judge. But you don't have any evidence of that. Now, do you? Throw it up. Good job, T.I. Good job. So this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I'm one of the habitual line steppers with Roger and Donnie. And be sure to tune in immediately after this broadcast. Roger Stevens will start up his broadcast on the same subject. So tune in to the Roger Report. Go on over there, check him out, and I might pop up on that broadcast. But anyway, just big up the black fathers looking out for their kids. That's all I'm going to say. Just sexual revolution elsewhere, when she's not living with him, she can do whatever she wants to. She can be a grown young lady somewhere else. But, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that T.I. has taken care of his family financially. And the least you can do is take care of yourself. It's not too much to ask. Like everybody doesn't have self-control, unlike some of you that don't have any at all, obviously. Well, anyway, this is Kev. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the Habitual Line Steppers Network. And also tune into our entertainment channel, The Black Dimension. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let me show God's Word Save 7 comment. That chick sounds hella retarded. That's what a good father does. I am glad you said that. And thanks for tuning in. All right. Kev, we trust. Goodbye.